Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon here tonight with your Monday Night Raw review on Monday, July 12th, 2021. And I hope everybody's having a good Monday, man. Hope you all enjoyed the first day of the week. We had Monday Night Raw tonight. Pretty boring show. Yeah, I'm going to admit, did a lot of flipping the channel back and forth around 9:15 between Monday Night Raw and the Home Run Derby. I tuned into the MLB Home Run Derby right when it was Juan Soto versus Shohei Ohtani, and that round was probably the best thing on that Derby, A, and B, the entire night. So I'm really glad I tuned in for that one. But Pete Alonso from the Mets, of course a Mets player, won the Home Run Derby. So it was actually a good derby. I'm glad I tuned into it during this boring episode of Monday Night Raw, as usual. But we're going to talk about it tonight. The last show before Money in the Bank for Raw. And as you guys can see in the title, the last night at the WWE ThunderDome. The WWE is officially finished with the ThunderDome. And thank God, Friday night, can't come soon enough. Friday night, we're going to have our first WWE show permanently back with live fans. It's a great feeling. It really is a great feeling, man. And Friday night, it's going to be a big show. So, thank God. Thank God we are out of the ThunderDome. If I cannot watch virtual fans on a big, gigantic LED screen ever again, I would do it. I would do it because these shows, and this show in particular, is so bad. It needs some sort of energy from the fans. I'm not saying tonight's show is terrible. I'm not even saying tonight's show was bad. But it just felt so boring. It was a taped show. You could tell it was taped by the commentators' voices. So I am thankful. I am happy that they're getting their asses out of the ThunderDome and they're going back to live fans. Friday for SmackDown, Sunday for Money in the Bank, and then for now on, every week they're going to be in front of live fans traveling from city to city. But I thank you guys for joining me here tonight for the Raw review. We're not going to be here that long. There was some stuff that I did not watch tonight because of the Derby, so we're just going to skip over them right now. Ivar defeated AJ Styles and almost defeated Eric. They did that whole thing where tag teams got to have 2 singles matches because, you got to fill up 30 minutes of the show. So there you go. There's your way to fill up 30 minutes. So they split. This tag team title match was actually supposed to happen next week on Raw in front of live fans, but in fact now that Bianca Belair and Bayley got pulled because Bayley's injured and out for 9 months, they put Bianca on SmackDown against Carmella, and they put this match on the pay-per-view. So we are now getting the Viking Raiders versus AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team Championships Sunday night at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And then I also missed Rhea Ripley and Natalya. I don't really care. Rhea Ripley defeated Natalya, and then Charlotte attacked Rhea Ripley. I cannot wait to see that crowd dead silent or chanting something else during that match on Sunday night, because legit nobody knows who to cheer for when it comes to Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. So I could not give a shit about anything that happens in that match. But we're going to get into the review right now. We're not going to be here that long. We actually start off the night with a match. Wow. Seems like Bruce is taking notes from what Triple H is doing down in NXT, having a match open the program. I doubt it happens on a consistent basis, but they opened with the match tonight, and it was Xavier Woods versus Bobby Lashley. Now, I'm not going to go over these matches move by move. I might go over some moves from the Ricochet and John Morrison match, because that was just an awesome Falls Count Anywhere match. But here, we had Xavier Woods beat Bobby Lashley. Yes, your WWE champion lost clean tonight, 6 days before the pay-per-view. Now, they did follow up with a story after this, so the fact that they followed it up to close the night with a big angle, it wasn't a big angle, but they had a pretty decent angle to end the show. You know, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that from the people who wrote the show, but the bigger fish in the pond here for right now is, would you ever see your Universal Champion Roman Reigns lose in a non-title match on TV? Never. Would you see your AEW World Champion Kenny Omega lose a non-title match on Dynamite? No. But on Monday Night Raw, with this horrific writing, Bobby Lashley is here losing clean to Xavier Woods by a roll-up. So, there you go. Very, very horrible stuff right there, man. I mean, that's why, as much as I like the guy, I love Bobby Lashley. You know, I love Bobby Lashley with this new role he's in. He's been a good champion, I think. Not bad, not great as well, but I think he's been acceptable. But this is why he'll never be on the same level as Roman Reigns. It's because WWE would never allow Roman Reigns to lose a non-title match on SmackDown. It would never happen with this head-of-the-table run that he's on right now. And that's exactly why Bobby Lashley will never be on the same level as Roman Reigns. And I feel like he should. But WWE just doesn't care enough about Bobby Lashley like they do Roman Reigns. And I think that's pretty stupid. I really think that's stupid. Your two top-level champions should be treated the same. They really should be. Now, there was a follow-up after this, so we will talk about it in the closing segment, because there was a segment involving Bobby Lashley to close the show. But then we got into Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre, and man, I'm just telling you guys, this is not it. This is just not it. They are feuding over Drew McIntyre's sword and Jinder Mahal's beat-up motorcycle. Yes, we have a babyface in Drew McIntyre beating up a motorcycle. How is that supposed to get sympathy on him, and how is that supposed to get him over? He got another history promo tonight, which I'm not even going to bother to talk about, because it was just, these history promos are killing him. These promos are absolutely killing him. These segments are killing him. And now, you want to make 100% sure that people do not care about Drew McIntyre? Put him in a feud with Jinder Mahal. This match, I'm telling you guys, going into SummerSlam, this match is going to have no heat whatsoever. This match will have no interest, and it will be forgotten about the day after. So, this segment was basically about Jinder replacing Drew's sword, his new made-up sword, and then Drew was on the Jumbotron. He's like, you actually have a replica of my sword, and the real sword was in Drew McIntyre's hand, and then he said, what's not a replica is this nice motorcycle here. So then you see Drew McIntyre destroying the motorcycle to pieces, shreds, throwing it in the hallway, and there you go. Jinder took Drew's sword last week, and now this week Drew McIntyre is beating up his vehicle. The only positive thing that I can get out of this is I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to win Money in the Bank this weekend. Thank God. Thank God that's not going to be the case, because I can see Jinder Mahal and his crew having a hand in this match and costing Drew McIntyre the contract. So I definitely see that happening. Then we had Fatal 4-Way. Nikki Ash got the win over Naomi, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss. So there goes her chances of winning the Money in the Bank ladder match Sunday. I didn't really want her to win the match anyway, but I think this match is pretty predictable if you ask me. This women's ladders match, it's pretty predictable, and we're going to talk about that on Thursday with the predictions. I got two names. With the men's it's funny because I could see a couple guys winning that contract. So we're going to talk about that. But for the women, I can only realistically see two people win the briefcase. I don't know out of the two who's going to win, but if I had to tell you guys the two names right now, it's going to be Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan. That's who I think it's going to be. Or if Sasha Banks is the surprise mystery Money in the Bank competitor for SmackDown, I think she wins. So we'll talk about that Thursday with the Money in the Bank preview and predictions, but I'm not going to really talk about this Fatal 4-Way match. The back and forth that Asuka and Nikki Ash had at the end was actually pretty good. And who knows, maybe if WWE let them and put their comedic characters, their goofy characters to the side for 15 minutes, they can actually have a good match together. I would see it. I would like to see it. Hopefully, if it's actually good and they give them a decent amount of time to go put on a good match. But I guess we have a new feud for Alexa Bliss with Eva Marie. And Lord help us all who watch this show. I guarantee you, every week, when an Eva Marie Alexa Bliss segment comes on, people around the world can be changing the channel. Changing the channel. There you go. I even got a remote control right there, man. Gonna have to make that a new thing on the reviews, Monday or Friday. We'll see. Or all the reviews in general. We'll see. But then we had Sheamus versus Humberto Carrillo for the U.S. title. I was watching the Home Run Derby. I turned on Monday Night Raw, and Humberto Carrillo was walking to the ring, all beat up, and it looked like that he got beat up backstage by Sheamus. He did not look in good condition, and then when the bell rang, Sheamus gave him a bro kick, and he beat Carrillo in literally 15 seconds. So Sheamus has a black mask on his face as well. He retains the title in 15 seconds over Carrillo. He goes to defeat to beat up Carrillo some more after the match. He says, "You broke my face. What if I break yours now?" That's exactly what I'm going to do. And then Damian Priest comes running out for the save. There's your SummerSlam match. There you go, man. A lot of people have been saying it. I've been saying it. That's a good match to have at SummerSlam. Damian Priest versus Sheamus for the United States Championship. It's good direction for Priest and him hopefully getting the United States title at the end of this. And then Ricochet and John Morrison, Falls Count Anywhere, awesome match. Best thing on the show probably. These guys are fighting all over the place, backstage, on the stage, outside the whole time. Ricochet was doing a lot of crazy stuff. At the end, Matt Riddle came down and he gently laid down The Miz, and The Miz was laying down on his wheelchair. Matt Riddle was mocking him, and then Ricochet took advantage of it, distracted John Morrison with his code breaker, and he laid Morrison on the ladder. Ricochet hit a frog splash through the ladder, and Ricochet won this Falls Count Anywhere match. And he won the match tonight, so this was an awesome match. I would have saved this for live fans. This type of match would have gotten the people hyped, would have gotten them infested with the live crowd. I would have done this match next week. I would have waited a week to do this in front of live fans, but who am I, you know? But Ricochet wins. There's an awesome Falls Count Anywhere match. And then the main event, the last thing we see on tonight's show is the VIP Lounge. MVP and the ladies are out there waiting for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes in. He looks pissed off. His collared shirt's not tucked in. His tie is just hanging out. He's holding the WWE Championship. He says, "We need to talk." He kicks out the ladies. He says this is just a one-on-one conversation. And he said, while I was in the back there, I've realized the things that Kofi has said the past couple weeks, and I never thought he'd tell the truth, but Kofi's right. Maybe I have become soft with all of this champagne and the ladies and dancing. It's time to go back to hurting people. It's time to go back to what brought us here. He says, "You've done a lot for me for my run in WWE, and I appreciate you. But this needs to stop. The champagne, the ladies, we need to go back to being almighty. We need to go back to the Bobby Lashley that won the WWE Championship back at March." Then he starts throwing all the equipment in the VIP Lounge, the couch, the setup, the roses. He says, "Kofi, you better bring your A game on Sunday. I don't care if you bring your family, your friends, and you got the WWE Universe behind your back cheering for you. I don't care, because Sunday night, it's going to be a rough night for you, and it's going to be the Almighty's night. And here I'm going to walk out of Texas, of Fort Worth, Texas, the almighty WWE Champion." So that was actually Bobby Lashley's best promo since he became the champion, the WWE Champion. That was a good promo, man. That was a really good promo by Lashley. A good angle to close off the show. And it got me more interested in the Kofi Bobby Lashley match. And if I'm Kofi, man, I'm nervous, because Bobby Lashley is going to kick his ass Sunday night. I don't think this is going to be a match that people go online and say, oh, this match was really good. Kofi came really close to winning. I mean, he might come close once or twice, but mostly I think that Bobby Lashley is going to kick his ass. I think Bobby Lashley is going to absolutely beat the shit out of Kofi Kingston at Money in the Bank. And guys, that is tonight's Raw review. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel. We lost 3 subscribers yesterday. I'm not sure if they were bots that YouTube just got rid of, but we're slacking it on the subscribers a little bit, man. So we got to pick it up a bit. Let's try to get to 420 by Money in the Bank. So if you have not subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel for some more great content this week, man. NXT tomorrow night with Cameron Johnson, Johnny Gargano versus Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship. Should be good. Should be a good one tomorrow night, man. So be sure to subscribe for that. Comment down below your thoughts about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Hit the like button if you like what you heard about from me in tonight's review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Colin_Joseph. And guys, like I said, man, I'll see you tomorrow night for the NXT review here on the channel with myself and Cameron Johnson talking Johnny Gargano versus Karrion Kross for the NXT title and the start of the NXT Breakout Tournament tomorrow night as well. So you guys have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, man, stay classy.